Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is a very well made game. The graphics look good, the music is good, the gameplay is very smooth. But if I had to choose one word to describe this game, it would be annoying. An emotion that Samus probably feels many times in this game, even though she's very emotionless. I can't tell you how many times I said, "Oh my god," or "shut up" in this game. But before I really get into it, I just wanted to explain where I'm coming from. Because I guess you could say I'm kind of a new Metroid fan, at least when it comes to the games. My first game was Samus Returns, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And then Dread came out. I love that game. But I never played a Prime game. And I tried to one time, but I just couldn't get into it. But before this game came out, because I wanted it, because it looked good, right? So I'm like, I gotta at least play the first one. So I played the original. I did not get the remastered because I wasn't sure if I'd, be into it. So I wasn't gonna pay $40. But I played the original Metroid Prime, and I liked it a lot. I thought it's a great game. It felt like they took the 2D style Metroid and made it 3D. The only big problem with that game was the controls. Oy, they were awful. But I've always liked Samus and Ridley. Samus, I love Samus. Oh, she is one sexy bitch. Damn. And Ridley is one of my favorite characters. I wanted him in Smash Bros. So bad. And it finally happened. So yeah, I liked the characters, those two characters, ever since I was a kid. And I've always known about Metroid because of Smash Bros. And I tried Metroid games when I was younger because my brother has them. I just couldn't get into it. And I also played like the little demo in Brawl. But yeah, like I just couldn't understand. So I never played Prime 2 or Prime 3. So that's where I'm coming from. And boy, am I glad I played Prime 1 before I played Prime 4. Holy shit, I am so glad. Sadly, they really missed the mark with this game. Very sad to say so, because there's a lot of things I liked in this game, but that was just overpowered by constant annoying things that were just forced into this story and in this game in general. Like, oi. And the thing that really kept me playing was the gameplay. The gameplay is phenomenal. It plays so smooth. I couldn't play on 120 FPS because of my capture card I played through. But even so, even at 60, it was great. It was so smooth. The mouse controls are the best part. Oh my god. They work so well. I was so surprised. I'm like, wow. I just wish the Joy-Con, of course, was a bit thicker so it felt like a mouse. It was really good. Once I got used to it, I'm like, wow. I was able to turn and everything was fluid. I could look everywhere. In the first Prime game, the controls are horrid. You can't do anything. She's so stiff the whole time, Samus. You have to, in order to you can only shoot straight unless you stop and you look around. And I am glad that there aren't different visors in this game, because the different visor thing, well, it was cool. I don't know, unless they found a good way to, like, easy way to switch between them. But those mouse controls, man, I can actually play. It was wonderful. Wonderful. That is the best part of this game. That is the best part of this game. Oh, man. Samus, whew. Whew. She looked good with that new suit. Oh, man, the red with the purple accent and the black. Ooh, those three are my top colors. Those are my three favorite colors, and they combined all of them. My favorite color, red, right? That's most of the suit. Then my second, black, right? Oh yeah, you got the black on there. Red and black, my favorite color combo. And then the purple, my third favorite, with the visor going throughout it. The psychic abilities, are pretty, they're okay. I mean, they're not really psychic abilities, honestly. The only thing that's really psychic is the beam. which is the most annoying. You know, I wish they gave her like a psychic, like a pole, or like she could pick things up. You know, like you can move shit with your mind, but you can't pick things up with your mind and shit like that. So I think they should have done more of that. Really went into the psychic stuff, because I thought that was really cool. Damn, that suit. And then later at the end of the game, you get a different suit. It's like white and yellow and black. It's like, you know. She already has a white suit. That's why I'm just like, But I get it. She's supposed to be the same color as the Lemorne, right? Because they look like that. But yeah, I was kind of like, oh, where's my red suit? bring my red suit back. Where'd it go? I love that shit's so hot. Sakura, I better put that in the next Smash. Oi. And speaking of the Lemorne, I liked the story. You know, I liked the story of the Lemorne. I like how they turned into the Grievers, and because of their own folly, you know, if that's the right word. I don't use big words. Big words are dumb. Don't use them. But because of their own actions, it turned their own people into these monsters, and I like that a lot. Like, yeah, they're kind of like the main enemy throughout the entire game. That's really all you fight. But Prime 1 was the same with, like, the space pirate stuff, so. And I like how, like, once you get into the mines, like, those Lemorne are, like, highly evolved and, like, go into, like, cocoons and, like, evolve even further into these, like, even more, like, disgusting monsters. And then the final boss in that one is like a giant mutated one, and like, oh yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that a lot. I think they made a really good story when it came to the race of the game. But oh, sadly, there's a lot of butts, lots of booties, and I'm not just talking about Samus's big booty, which is bigger than everybody's goddamn head in this game. I'm talking about the NPCs, the people that are in this game. A Metroid game where usually the main concept is Samus is alone on a planet, usually unfamiliar to her, and has to do what she's got to do. Some problem occurs, and you know, she's trusted to handle it. She handles it and she leaves because she's just that nice, you know. But somebody, I don't know who, some writer out there decided, you know what? We're gonna add humans. Samus gets teleported here, well, so do other people. Okay, that part makes sense. Okay, yeah, I can see that. If Samus and Sylux got transported here, but it makes sense other people would. But we're gonna make it so that she has to rescue some of these people, and these people talk a lot, and these people tag along with her a lot, and these people we're gonna turn it into a everybody works together to get off of this strange place that we randomly ended up in story. And really, Samus is doing everything, so what are they doing? Samus literally does everything, so they're just kind of there. And then another big thing about the game, the bike, the Viola. Very cool to see Samus riding a bike. I liked it, but I think it was misused. In the center of this planet is a giant desert, giant barren desert, and you have to, of course, you have the bike, right? So it's, you know, faster to traverse. And this is how you get to all the different areas on the map. And you also have to collect these green crystals in order to get something called the memory fruit. Again, it's just a barren desert. Like, there's literally nothing in it. The occasional enemy tries to attack you, but it's the same two enemies the entire time. You have to find these, you can find these little secret little temple things in the desert where, like, you can upgrade your beams and stuff. But a big problem with this is that the areas were separated. Whereas in Metroid Prime 1, and in Metroid games in general, everything is connected. Every area on the planet is connected. They are intertwined in such a way where you can get to the different areas from other different areas. So this game said, nah, we ain't doing that this time. So not only does it make backtracking super annoying, not only does it do that, but it just literally turns this game into something else. You know, like it doesn't feel like Metroid. It loses it. You know what this game is designed? It's designed like a Zelda game. Because Zelda games, like Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, you have the Hyrule Field, and then Hyrule Field connects to all the different areas you gotta go to, right? That's what this game does, you know? And the place where you have to go in the end, oh, it just so happens to be in the center. Yeah, that's in the center of the big desert. But you can't go there yet. You can't go there yet until you go everywhere else and do everything else. Like, it's literally designed like a Zelda game. I don't know why they chose to do that. I'm guessing because of the bike. Or they chose to do that and that's why they made the bike. But yeah, it just did not feel right. And the bike, they could have still made the bike. Just have sections in each place where you can use the bike. You know? That's all. Like, I thought we were gonna... There was gonna be some big battle or something on the bike where, like, maybe I have to fight Silux. Like, he gets a bike too or something. Or he's driving something. You gotta, like, have, like, a motorcycle fight with him. No, that never happens. You just fight this one big whale, like, sand whale thing that eats a mech part that you need to get, of course. So, it's just fucking annoying because the whale thing just goes back and forth a bunch of times. You just have to hit its tail. And yeah, that's it. It's just fucking stupid. It's just annoying. So yeah, there's not any bike battle or anything like that. It's very strange. I don't know why they made that decision to build the world in such a way where everything just does not feel connected at all. But yeah, in these separated areas, you find Galactic Federation troops, and you know, besides the annoying fucking asshole Mackenzie, you got Takabe, who's like a religious Asian guy, you know, like, you know, you got, okay, but he actually does something, like, he actually helps you. Like, there's a really cool scene in the Ice Belt where Samus pulls up and this pack of wolves just surrounds her and starts to slowly attack her, boom, 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 and more attack her. And okay, that makes sense to me, right? Okay, Samus getting overwhelmed in that situation makes perfect sense. There's a bunch of fucking wolves trying to pounce her, you know? I'd try to pounce her too. But, so this is happening, and she gets overwhelmed, and then Takabe activates a turret in, like, the facility and shoots them all. Okay, like, that makes sense. He actually helped her. And Takabe had a hurt leg when you first found him. Yet, at the end of the whole Ice Belt, you get attacked by a swarm of grievers, and he's there, he's shooting. He's there, he's shooting with a hurt leg. Like, he's doing shit, man. Like, good for him. Takabe was the favorite of the humans. If I had to pick one, it was him. But then, oh my goodness. Where it came to the flare pool, the lava area, you are with a human the entire time. In the ice place, you meet him, you see him, okay, and then you go do your thing. And then the Ice Belt, like, that's my favorite area. I was actually getting creeped out because it was just like an abandoned laboratory. There was lore everywhere, like if you scan it, like I was reading the lore and I could tell there were these tanks that they had a ton of grievers in because they were experimenting on them and finding out how they could change them back. So there were a ton of grievers. I'm like, they're all gonna come to life. You know, obviously, I knew it. But like, you know, and the music was very creepy in this area as well. And then at the end game of it, oh, yep, you turn the power back on and they all break out because they're heating back up, you know. Love that area. That's the best one. But the flare pool was the worst. Holy shit. The flare pool and the mines. Flare pool, God, you're with characters the entire time. You save the you know, the stereotypical, very stern captain, you know. My man was Ezra Duke, you know. It's like, okay, you know, he shoots and stuff, like, you know, he got some last hits, But he's with you the entire time. The entire time. And then guess what? He contacts this fucking girl. Oh my god. This girl that you have to go save. And then she joins you. But when you first meet her, it's honestly, I'm probably just gonna play the clip. Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Sarge!
Armstrong, you all right?
I'm good. You?
Yes.
While I was waiting, I was studying this hologram. I just... Well... Samus? It's really you. I don't even know what to say. Is this a new suit? It's amazing. I love it. I love it so
Private.
much. Yes, sir. Right. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. You see that? She's a fucking fangirl. They fangirl her. They fangirl Samus. They fangirl Samus. What? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. This girl, Nora, she's got a pretty face. You know, I will say, they gave her a pretty face. She's cute. But her personality ain't. Her personality makes me want to shoot her in the fucking face. God. Like, what? And then she's just annoying the entire time. You know, like, honestly. She's like, whoa, she's doing Morph Ball. I wish I can do that. Oh my god. It's like, how does she even know what the fuck Morph Ball is? Why do they call it that in the actual fucking game? You think Samus is naming these things? Oh yeah, I'm gonna call this Morph Ball. You know, like, maybe she did, I don't know. But I just hate it. It really takes you out, man. Like, it was so annoying. It really takes you the fuck out. I am just like, what the fuck? Like, what have they done? What have they done? Oh. And get this. Not only did they fangirl Samus, Samus got hugged by this bitch. Hugged. Full embraced. And Samus is like, whoa, what the fuck? Okay, why are you hugging me? You know? She's like patting her like, get the fuck off. I can't make this shit up. What were they thinking? And the best character I ran into was a robot. VUE, I forget his letters, his numbers. I forget what it was. 579 or something like that. He was great. He was great. And he was funny too, because he would just say, I will clear the way. He goes and he clears the way. So, okay, great. You know, like, he's a robot too, so he's just a robot. Awesome. Like, that's fine. If he was just a character, fine. That was just fine. Like, that's fine. And another thing about Takabe is that he actually, you would find him across the map and he, like, tells you about his home planet and, you know, he's like, sit with me, Samus. And Samus, most of the time, is just standing there. But the more times you do it, she starts to kneel. So it shows that, okay, you know, she's getting more into the stories, I guess. He just tells you stories, and but then afterwards, he gives you an item. So I'm like, okay, hey, thanks, Takabe, you're the man. Which I actually almost got 100% in my playthrough. I got 90% scan, 95% items. Almost got 100, but I think I missed some scans in the beginning, like at parts that, like, you can't go back to. So, but yeah, Takabe, stay being useful. So thank you. And then Mackenzie, oh my god, they really tried to make him important. You know, they had to try and make these characters important. It just felt so forced. Like, you would, in order to get the different beams, you find this chip. It says you need a Galactic Federation mechanic, engineer, whatever, to install this into your suit. And I'm just like, you're shitting me, right? So every time I got a beam, I couldn't just use it right away. I couldn't just go straight to where I had to go to open up a new path. No. I had to go all the way back to the first area, the base camp, which is across the giant barren desert. I can't just teleport there or something. And have this motherfucker install the beam chip. You're shitting me, right? You're shitting me. Like, you know how fucking annoying that was? You had to do it 3 times. There was one part where you went to the lava area, you got the fire chip, and then you had to go back to the camp, the base, And then you had to go to the ice place. It's like, you're shitting me, dude. Oh my god, you're shitting me. And then this motherfucker wouldn't shut up. He'd call me. If I'm just in the desert, like just, you know, driving around, exploring the unexplored areas, finding the little temples, collecting the green crystals, if I'm doing that, he constantly rings you up, being like, hey, yo, bitch, you gotta check out the volcano. Yeah, cause, you gotta go there. And then, like, 3 minutes later, boop, boop, boop. Hey, yo, I don't know if you're lost or something, but if you are, go to the volcano. I think there's something over there. Like, you should, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? They really tried to make them important. Now, maybe you could turn that off. But I didn't turn anything off because I wanted to experience the game as it's meant to be played, right? I already knew where to go. I knew what to do. I never questioned it. It was pretty damn simple to figure out. Now, I like getting hints of where to go. Like, in the first Metroid Prime, the hints really helped me. I'm like, okay, I go here. But I could have figured it out. They think, like, you're an idiot or something. Like, I don't... And then the worst... Oh, my God, the worst... When you got the beam, right? The blurb shows up telling you what the beam does and how to use it, right? And then right after that, he says the same exact thing. The same exact thing. Except they add, I think you can do this with it. Like it's a theory. When the blurb that popped up on the screen just told me that it does that. So, what the fuck? It's just unnecessary, man. Like, they say so many unnecessary things. Like, oh man, we finally reached the top. Oh, thank God the elevator's working now. Like they say all this random shit. I don't think we could go that way. This seems like the right direction. You know, like, how the fuck do they know? They don't have the map. I have the fucking map. You know, like, what? And then the last area of the game, the mines, right? Okay. You're with the characters the entire time. The entire time. And then right before you're about to go down into the mines, a huge swarm of grievers come. Don't know why. Huge swarm of grievers. So, you, the bitch Nora, and Duke, the captain, go down there. Who stays back? The two best characters. The two best characters stay back and are like, we'll hold them off, guys. We got this. Takabe and Vue. Like, View, I guess I'll call them. My favorite characters. I'm like, yo, they fucking sacrificing their life. They're gonna fight all these motherfuckers, and I'm here with these two idiots. Like, come on. Because listen, like, Duke, he wasn't bad, but he was just kind of there. Like, you know, he's like your stern, you know, black guy captain. You know, stereotypical. But he wasn't annoying. So, like, you know, it was annoying that he was with me. Like, he wasn't annoying. So, and then you're fighting, right? Okay. So now you have to go through these mines with these two tailing behind you, like one of those mothers that like has a leash on their kid. And we get to this part, another swarm of grievers, because we have to use this big drill for some reason. A bunch of grievers come, and you're fighting. You have to hold them off. You have to protect Duke and Nora, bitch ass, and Nora just stands in the same spot, shoots now and then, pew, 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 while all these guys go directly for her. They don't go for me. They're going directly for this bitch. Some of them went for Duke, but he handled it most of the time. But fucking, well, no, I guess not. I guess I handled it, but they didn't really go for him. They went for her. There was this time where she got downed, and there was a bunch of them, so I was killing them, right? And then what happens? Oh, she dies. And then it says mission failure, and I have to do it again. I'm like, you're shitting me, right? So, like, when these characters were with you fighting, if they die, it's a game over, and you gotta fucking do it again. You're shitting me, right? You're fucking kidding me, right? Not only are these characters talking nonstop, tailing behind me, but they're also in the fights, and if they get hurt and die, I lose. And it's happened multiple times. It wasn't just that time, but that time was the most annoying. Yeah, like, they get down. So it's just like, if you don't heal them, you're fucked. It's just like, but they don't move. They don't move. They stand in the same spot. It's not like they're trying to dodge. They just stand in the same spot and shoot now and then. Like, are you kidding me, man? You're supposed to be soldiers. Get behind. When you shoot something and it's running towards you, you walk backwards. That's what you do. It's just intuitive. That's what I did the entire time. Something charged at me. But no, you're standing in the same spot. Oh no, they're getting closer. Oh no, they're hitting me. Oh no, I'm on the floor. I'm dead. Yo. And then they had, I'm gonna say this big word. I hate when people say this word, but the audacity. I had to use it. It just works. They had the audacity for you to fight the final boss with every single character who got downed multiple times during that fight, and the fight wasn't even hard. You're kidding me. There's this one part where Psylocke shoots these like thunderbolts, and everyone gets hit, and it's just like, what the fuck, man? I have to go around and heal everybody now? It is terrible. And speaking of bosses, when it came to the bosses, they're pretty easy. You know, I easily figured out because you could just scan them, like, and like it gives you like a hint, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, I get it. I figured it out. You know, the only tough boss was the mine boss, where the big Griever mutation guy, because you can only hit him in like certain spots, and I didn't know his moves, and they were pretty quick, so I actually died on it. That was the only boss I died on the first time, but then the second time I kicked his ass, so because I understood what to do. You can really only hit him in like one spot to do some massive damage. And then the other bosses were apparently like these good creatures that the Lemoran had a good relationship with, but they got corrupted by Metroids. But the thing is, you don't see the Metroid corrupt them. So I thought that was a little weird. I'm just like, okay, so I'm finding these guys and they're just corrupted by Metroids, but they're supposed to be nice guys? I think it would have been better to find the boss, right? They don't aggro you. But then a Metroid comes, right? Oh, look, a Metroid got transported here too. And then you watch it fuse with the boss. Because then it actually like explains things a bit more. Because you just end up in the boss area and you just get attacked, you know? So it's like, it would have been better to see the fusion happen. But apparently the big Griever, I think they call it the Omega Griever, he didn't even... I don't think he fused with a Metroid. It didn't say that when I scanned him. I think he just like evolved himself. He fused with like this other monster that lived down in the mines. Because he had like the same head as that monster. He was like this big fat like guy. He was kind of cute. I wish I got to see him. But yeah, like I wish I saw that happen, you know? So that was the thing with the boss. The bosses, you know, like they're not tough. They're never, maybe they are on hard mode, I don't know, but they're not tough. Oh my god, the toughest boss, honestly, was the one where it wasn't tough, it was annoying. The most annoying boss was that fucking thing where, like, you have to use the control beam to shoot the 3 orbs around it. Oh my god, that was so annoying, because if you hit one of these little, because it's surrounded by, like, little robots, so if you hit one of those, you can't hit the orbs. It's like, are you kidding me, bro? Like... and the control beam was all you know, just retarded to control sometimes, like, and it's also an ability I just forgot. Like when I was fighting the big, I don't know their names, the fire boss, the big snake dude, serpent guy, at the end, like he like falls and his mouth opens up, so I'm like, okay, I have to get into his mouth, right? So I'm trying to find a way to get into his mouth, but you're supposed to shoot the control beam into his mouth. And I didn't figure that out. I actually looked it up because it was like 3 a.m. So I wasn't thinking too much, but I always forgot that control beam was even a thing I can do. So it did not come to my mind. To me, I'm like, I have to go into Morph Ball and go into his mouth, right? So let me get on my Viola and drive it, you know, to his mouth and then go into Morph Ball. But no, like, so I'm just like, oh. And then Psylocke, you know, you fight him throughout the game, but it was a robot pretending to be him, and I'm just like, okay, so how the fuck is that working? You know, like, how is it a robot? I wish I actually just fought him, and I kicked his ass, and then he ran away. Like, why is it a robot? But it turns out he was in one of these pods in the main area where you had to go. So I don't know how the fuck he ended up inside of there. Maybe he got transported into the force field. I don't know. But yeah, and then he like connects with like, I guess the powers of the Lemoran or something. I don't know, but he has these big ass tentacles that are connected to his suit. And he has like this ability to like transport stuff, like so he can like teleport and shit. Like, yeah, I don't quite understand. I guess he gained psychic abilities that way, or maybe like through like the green energy, he gained some psychic abilities. I don't really understand that. But I was like, oh, is he gonna like fuse with a Metroid at the end and like become this like giant amalgamation? Like, is he gonna like fuse with a Metroid and like become this weird Metroid guy? That's what I thought. I mean, I thought that would have been a cooler thing to do. But yeah, the fight was basic, you know. You fight him with all the fucking bitches, and then you do a one-on-one for the final phase, which he does something fucked up where he takes your energy tank. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But it wasn't difficult. But yeah, Silex, you know, he was the villain, but he really wasn't the villain. You know, like he didn't really do anything. He just like obstructed you like here and there. Like he broke the bridge in Flare Pool and shit like that. Like you fought him in like this little like helicopter ship thing. Like I don't know. Like he was just like an annoyance. It wasn't really anything substantial, you know. And then from his backstory, it seems like he just hates Samus because she was able to do everything when he could do nothing. You know, he was just like just better than him. That's all. That's all it seems to be. It's just like, oh, okay. So we went from like alien overlords and mutated giant creatures to a guy who just is jealous of her. Like, okay, like what? But back to people. So in the mines, you do like this thing where you're with everybody, and then constantly people are going like, "I'll handle this. You go. It was an honor serving with you, Samus." And they you know act like they're gonna die, right? It's like, okay, they do this like with every character like 5 times. The only one that you don't see again is Takabe. You know, he handles all those grievers up there, and he's alive and okay. Hey, he's badass, man. You know, the other guys are fucking bitches. Like, Nora was acting like a bitch, like a little pussy, because she thought Duke died. But, you know, like, girl, you know how many people die? You're literally a soldier. Like, I understand emotions are a thing, but come on. Like, like she's trying to tell me what to do and shit. I'm like, bro, I will kill you. Like, But yeah, they do this shit where, like, they pretend they die, right? And then, oh, nope, they're all okay in the end, of course. Yep. The most that happened is that the robot got one of his arms torn off. Okay. And then Takabe's okay. He handled all those grievers up there. Awesome. And then they somehow have a car. I guess that's what they use to get around the desert. Because I always question, how are these people getting around the desert? They must have activated one of the cars or something. Because you get somebody, and then they end up at the base somehow. And it's just like, how did you get here? How did you even get here? You walked the whole desert? Because I was on a motorcycle, I left before you, and I didn't see you along the way. So how the fuck do you get here? You know, like what? But yeah, they do all this shit. They are desperately trying to like make you care for the character or make them important. And Samus doesn't even care. Like, you know, like a couple times, like when Nora was doing her shit, like, oh, you go on ahead, I'll handle things here. Samus tried to stop her. Because she's just being stupid, you know, like it's just a stupid move. Like, why wouldn't you just come with me? You don't have to, you don't have to do this. Like, you didn't have to create a cave in and block them. You could have literally just came with me. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Samus is thinking. It's just like, what are you doing? You know, like, you're just being retarded. Like, what are these people doing? And she's like, okay, goodbye. And like, Samus don't give a fuck, man. And then, and here we go, guys. Like, this is the cherry on top of the whole annoying game. I spent all this time, you know, having these guys tail me, having these guys having to heal them in battle because they can't fight for shit. You know, they had these scenes where like they faked their deaths and then they were okay, which I knew obviously they were gonna be okay. And what do they do at the end of the game? How does it all end up? You're all supposed to escape, right? No. These motherfuckers stay behind. Because Silex somehow doesn't die in whatever universe we were in. I don't even know. Some other dimension. he falls off, and okay, he's not dead. And, okay, he comes back, tries to stop Samus, and he damages the teleporter, and it's like, oh shit, we can't teleport. We can only do it. We have to do it now. The teleporter's gonna blow up. And then what happens? All the characters they go to try to stop Sylux from getting to Samus, and they tell her to leave. And then the best part is Mackenzie, like, gets in front, like, gets shot, you know, like, trying to protect Samus, right? And I'm like, yes, yes, yes! I was so excited. I'm like, yes, kill this motherfucker, yeah! I was so happy, but he didn't die in that moment, sadly. I'm like, oh, fuck! But we leave them all to just die. Like, Samus leaves. Like, it seems like they gave you the choice, right? Because they had your hand, and you had to start the teleporter, you know, like you had to actually do it yourself. It wasn't a cutscene. So I'm like, okay, so what happens if I don't? I was going to test that theory, but then I saw everything exploding, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I probably die, so I'm just gonna leave. So I did that, and then I looked it up, and yeah, no, there isn't a choice. You have to leave, or else you just die. So they all just stay there and die anyway. I'm assuming they didn't show them die, but there was an explosion, and Sylux is there too, so he probably would have just killed them all anyway. Like, they just fucking die. They were literally so pointless. They were so pointless. Like, there was no point to them being in this game at all. They don't offer anything to the game, or anything to the story, or anything to Samus. Samus don't give a fuck. You know how many times Samus has seen people die? You know? She don't care. You know? She's like, okay, I'll leave. I'm out, you know? Like, goodbye. Like, this is not gonna affect Samus in any way, you know? She's gonna be like, well, they're idiots. I'm just, you know, like, okay, I'm out, you know, like, bye. They annoyed her ass the entire game, and then just stay there. And they're like, if I was her, I'd be like, bro, really? Okay. And like, you're telling me there's no ship on that entire planet. You can just go into the ship and leave the atmosphere. There has to be a ship that got transported there too. Like, there's no way there's not a ship. That's my thing too. There's probably just a ship somewhere. Fix that. Be useful. But that's the thing, they're so unimportant. Like, Samus could have put those chips into her gun herself and created the beams. She's smart. She could do shit. She would have figured it out, you know? Herself. She didn't need them to go through any of the fucking levels. The only part where, like, it was a little helpful was Takabe when he shot the wolves, you know, and scared them off. But Samus could have found a way to get out of that herself. Like, she could have easily. I just laughed at the end, honestly. I was just laughing. I'm like, this is laughably bad. Like, this is terrible. What the fuck happened? I don't know whose decision it was, but clearly someone didn't like the decision that these characters were in the game. So they made the ending so that they all die anyway. But that also just, like, pisses me off because I spent my entire time protecting them and dealing with them. The entire game. Just for them to just die in the end. And I'm just like, you're shitting me. Now, maybe they're not dead, you know, but we just left them. So, it's so annoying. It's so frustrating. It's just like, there was no point to these characters. And I hope Nintendo gets a lot of hate for this game. I really hope they do. Because it's deserved. It really is deserved. It's crazy, man. And I like the last scene. I like the end credit scene, you know, where she plants the memory fruit on another planet. I don't know wherever the fuck she ended up. And then she takes the psychic crystal out, puts it in there too. You know, so goodbye psychic abilities. So she can't use those anymore. So yeah, like she can't even use those. So how are we gonna be going? We're not gonna go. She's not gonna go back to Vuros to try to save everybody. No, she's gonna be, you know, she's gonna move on with her life. Y'all want to stay there and die? Fine by me. But yeah, I like that. So like, I guess that's gonna be the rebirth of the Lemoran, because I'm guessing their lives or their memories or something is stored in the memory fruit. So, and the guy I think was inside the crystal. So, because they converted themselves into psychic energy. So they could be reborn that way, and I'm guessing that's what that whole thing. So that was a nice little closure. I like that. Again, I like the stuff with the Lemoran. It's everything else. I love the gameplay. Music is always good. Yeah, the music's nice. Mouse controls, I love. Samus's suit is awesome, but everything else just sucks, man. It's just, it is not a good game. It's just not. It's just the truth. Like, it's just a fact that it's just not a good game. Very well made, but very annoying. So if you want to play a Metroid Prime game, right? You never played one, do not get this. Just get Metroid Prime Remastered. It will be worth it. If you never played it and you want to spend the $40 for the remastered edition, go play it. I just wasn't sure if I would be into it, but I was, because it was Metroid, but 3D, and they did a pretty good job translating it. This game fucked it all up. And now I don't know what Metroid Prime 3 was like, or 2. I don't know if things were interconnected in those games. And this game was just the first time they decided to build the game differently. In Samus, there's a secret if you get 100%. In the final cutscene, she takes her helmet off and she looks so beautiful. I love her so much. I didn't get that cutscene myself because I didn't get 100%, but I watched it and I'm just like, and that's all it is. You just get to see her face. So I'm like, my girl Samus. I just wanted to give her a big smooch. Big smooch. But yeah, like her face, emotionless. Like, you know, she's just like, I did that. All right. She looked satisfied and she walked away. You know, she's like, You know, Samus, like, she's a character. She cares. She does care. But she's been through so much shit that where it's just like, you know, whatever. You know, I move on. I keep moving forward, man. You know, and it's important. It's important to stay strong. It's important to grieve for things, but it's important to not let that grief consume you. And to keep moving forward. And Samus does that every time. She has to do some fucked up shit sometimes, but she does it. If they pull this shit again with the next Metroid Prime, good luck, Nintendo. Good luck. Because I won't be buying it. And Ridley better be in the next game. My boy Ridley, yeah!